how I love thee. Let me count the ways. God, I hate you. You're such a piece of crap. Why do you keep doing this to me? Why would you work? I love you so much. I hate you. Now that you all think I'm crazy, what am I talking about? I'm talking about my Harmony 900 remote. Today we're going to take a look at the Harmony Ultimate, which is the replacement for the 900, which honestly, you guys, is my favorite piece of technology I've ever owned. And it's also the one I hate the most. A definite love-hate relationship with the Harmony 900. Hopefully this is more reliable and at least has remotely the same ergonomics. The first thing I noticed is this has an upright stand versus a cradle stand, so it takes up less space. So there we go. So the other one has a cradle stand where it would lay in the cradle stand. This one will actually sit. It has the most important thing to me, which is the RF receiver / IR transmitter. So basically what this is going to do is you're going to pair it with your remote, and then you'll be able to put this behind like cabinet doors. So my entertainment center is all cabinet doors with ventilation in the back, so I don't have to look at the AV gear all the time. I can just control it, and it's, it looks nice and everything. Ever since my 900 died, which has been a while now, I've had to run it with the door open, and it just looks like crap. Even though my, AV components don't look that bad, it's just not, what I spent all this time, me and my father-in-law building my custom entertainment center. So this is the big boy for me, because this sits in there and just like pajama blasts IR signal everywhere. There's actually 2 extra IR ports so you can link off. And then we have the Harmony Ultimate, and so I kind of miss this one. Just fits in my hand. The 900 just fits in my hand better. However, the one is smaller, which is nice, but I can already tell, the nice thing about the Harmony is if you watch a lot of movies and stuff, the play and pause are right in the middle here. So it's very easy, if you're watching YouTube or Netflix or a DVD, got to run upstairs and get the kids, boom, pause is right there for you. Or DVR, that's the big one. It was very convenient for DVR because record, pause, everything was right there. This one I already noticed, the record and pause and everything are way up on the top. So, and this was the comment that I actually got from my friend that already has one of these, is when you're using those controls, it's very easy to accidentally bump the LCD screen. So I do see now what he was talking about. So it would have been nice to see them leave the LCD screen all the way at the top. That's just my opinion, because I feel like the standard buttons are going to get more use. And, we'll see. Like I said, I'm going to use this, charge it up, get it ready, use it for a while and see what I think. 1 power, 2 power, Sorry. So obviously, nice thing here, they are both the same. So one is for the charging base, one is for the receiver transmitter. Nice to see, because they could have easily overlooked that and done them in different powers, or just attention to detail that should always be done, but good job. So there's 2 extra IR blasters. So I'm not sure, guys, I will be testing this. So like I said, later in the video, if I can just blast from this, I will let you know. The old one you could. But you also have 2 supplemental blasters. The single one's good for me because I can stick it right in the middle of all my AV gear. It hits the cabinet door and bounces back to all the stuff, and it works great that way. But if you, these are decently long cables. So if you need to do a run, I'm going to say they're easily 6-foot cables. So if you need to do a run a long ways away, there you go. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get this little guy charged up, or little gal, whatever. And see what we think. I'll be back through the magic of, I was going to say TV, but only if you're watching me on like Xbox or something is that true. Through the magic of YouTube. So I have the feeling that, like my 900, I'm going to have a love-hate relationship with this remote. So let's go over the good, the bad, the ugly, and we're going to save the good for the last. The bad is it is still hard to set up. It is much better than the old experience, but still very hard. I actually have, there's a wireless function for the hub that was extremely difficult to get set up, even though it could find my home network every time. It took me about 10 times to get it to pair with the home network, and that lets you use the iPhone app. The next thing I really don't like is the placement of the LCD screen. This is the ugly for me. If you have a TiVo, a DVR of any kind, you're using that play, pause, fast forward buttons a lot, you will not like this remote because you bump the touch screen all the time. I actually went back to using my normal TiVo remote when I'm watching TiVo. That's how obnoxious it kind of is. The other ugly is it really doesn't work with the Xbox One. So it kind of works. We'll give it a kind of works. It kind of works. As in, it infuriates you to the point that you want to throw the remote. Now, what I mean by this is, like, let's take the YouTube app. And I'm not saying that this is Logitech's problem either. It is very likely a Microsoft issue, but I don't know. So we'll blame both parties in this scenario. But this remote can do everything until it gets into an app. So if you get into Netflix or into YouTube, where you're going to want to, I don't know, scroll around, press play, do things, pause. Yeah, you got to find your Xbox One remote. Obnoxious. That's actually made me more mad at this thing than anything. The things I do like is the screen is extremely responsive compared to the 900. It actually vibrates when you touch it. It has very good accuracy. It's quick, much quicker than the 900 was. I mean, the 900 was you'd press it and like it would beep at you 3 seconds later, and then maybe it would do what you asked it to do. Much more responsive. I've also found this to be a much more accurate remote. I don't get any false signals. The hub itself that sits in my media cabinet is much more accurate. I don't really miss things. The only thing I will say is it comes configured to do everything through the hub. So my TV is out from the cabinet and all my equipment is in the cabinet. And getting this to IR blast from the remote itself, you cannot do from the remote. You have to do it from the software. And I thought that was kind of, foresight on Logitech's part. You should allow me to switch what components use this remote and what components use the hub without having to connect it to my computer and do an update. The last thing I will say, the software you use to configure this remote, my God, Logitech, thank you for fixing that piece of crap you used to have. It's much easier to use. It looks a million times better, but you still have to have a login to use it. I wish you would take that away. So guys, would I recommend this remote? That's the $1,000 question, and this was provided by Logitech. I do want to say that ahead of time. Would I recommend this remote? It is right now $250 MSRP. If you have equipment that sits somewhere that a normal remote can't get to, then this is the only remote in my mind that you can have. There are other options. They're actually more expensive than this. And this just works really well. It has a lot of nice features that have been updated over the 900, and I loved my 900. Also have a Harmony 1 for upstairs. So if you have everything out in the open when you're using it, you can use, I don't know what the version of this is that's the Harmony 1 now. But the Harmony 1 was just like, the one step down from the 900. You can get that and you'll be perfectly happy with it. It'll have the little LCD screen on it. You'll be able to bubble around and turn on all your AV components at the same time. This is really for the people with home theater systems, with stuff behind cabinet doors that want to use the iPhone, use your iPhone to control things, which I never found useful just because anytime I'm using my AV stuff, I'm downstairs where this remote is. So I did find it interesting once in a while that if I wanted to shut down like if I walked upstairs, this is a great example. Lights on the basement are on timer. I walk upstairs to do something. Like, I'm just going to go to bed. TV's on pause. Just grab my phone and hit the off button and it shuts all the AV equipment down. That's a pretty neat feature. Not worth $250, but I've used it like twice already. So, babbling aside, the reason I am babbling, guys, is because, like I said, I really have a duality with this remote. I really love it, I really hate it, and it's been a week. I can already tell next to my 900, this will probably be that piece of equipment that I always love or hate depending on what I'm trying to do with it. So guys, remember, thumbs up, thumbs down, I don't really care which, both help the channel. Like, share, that's all I can ask you guys to do. Remember, affiliate links for everything down in the description. Check out TimmyTechTV.com. And I will pimp, like everybody, my Amazon affiliate link is down there. If you want to check out Amazon, use my affiliate link. Remember, guys, the difference between my Amazon affiliate link and everybody else's Amazon affiliate link is the money that comes off of mine goes right back to you guys in the way of giveaways. So keep that in mind. This is Tim for TimmyTechTV. We'll see you next time.